Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope you're well. My name is Average J, and this is my review for Angry Birds Evolution, which is a free-to-play game out on Android and iOS, and is very familiar to anyone who's played the normal Angry Birds series, because it's still flinging with a catapult, which is good. It's a system that works well. Why change it? The only thing they've changed now is they've made it so it's more top-down, more 3D. I like that. It works well. Good aesthetics. It sounds great. I do hope you can hear me over the sounds, but there's no volume controls on the game, you see. It's just on or off, which isn't my favourite, but you know, you make do the best you can. So as you can see, yeah, you just fling up the screen wherever you choose. It lets you know where they're going to go and unleash. Each colour bird does a different thing, the same as it did in the original Angry Birds series, and it's similar. That they keep the sort of the themes the same. So the blue ones that would normally split into pieces, they do exactly that. So on and so forth with the rest. So one of the things I like the most about it is that it appears so different, and at the same time it feels very familiar, which is good. It's very easy. That would be something that people could definitely consider a flaw. You'll be asked if you're enjoying your game, and I'm saying yes, but no. How many times do you want me to rate it in the store? Thanks. It doesn't harass you too much with microtransactions. You'll have your sales section here, which it's not insanely overpriced as so many of them are. But is it worth the value of $1.99 for 3 summons and a few supplies to level someone up? Not really, if I'm honest with you, because the 3 summons isn't getting you very far, and it's silver ones, and they are sort of on the better side of things, but there's no guarantees. What does put you closer to getting something decent is the event. When the event is on, all the hatches that you do, they will it gives you a multiplier. So if I go to hatch now, you'll be able to see I have a ×4 chance, and in 3 hatches it will be ×5. It doesn't seem to mean all that much though, because it's supposed to increase the chances of you getting one of these fancy ones from the event. But I play it, and my girlfriend plays it, and both of us have got that really high, and then done a big summon, and nope, nothing. And it's happened too many times. It gets frustrating, believe me. The bronze summons are just there. It's for cannon fodder, basically. So you sell the birds, and then you get money and the relevant colour bits and pieces to level up other birds with. Let's see. The event's on at the moment. The event's on for, was it about 4 days, I think, something like that, 4 or 5, and then you get 2 days of a voyage, which is working across a map, fighting your way through. The rewards in that are quite good, but they do it mystery box style, so there's 4 things, choose from them, and then, oh, did you not get what you wanted? But look, you could pay 100 diamonds to get all of it. Yeah, that's slightly annoying, especially when you get to the last level and you beat it, and all the things are brilliant, and you want all of them, and then it says to you, oh, yeah, do you want to buy the rest? Oh, no, it's not 100 anymore. No, it's like 300. That's fine, isn't it? No, it's not. That's not, because usually I save it for the hatchery, because if you get 1,350 gems, you can do a ×10. And yes, that's a big number, but you do get gems at a reasonable rate. There is a VIP pass, I will say now. That's definitely not a compulsory thing. If you have disposable income, it's great. But I mean, the big thing there that it does is to obviously reward you every day with, you know, a reasonable amount of stuff. But of course, for a lot of people, it's going to be all about removing those ads. But it's gone through phases for me of having ads. In the beginning, when I first started to play it, there was no ads at all. And then after a couple of weeks, yeah, after about every 3 fights or something, it was giving me ads. But it wasn't so bad. Most of them were skippable. I didn't mind too much. But now it's gone full circle again, and it's not giving me ads. So I'm not entirely sure what they're doing there, but for as long as they're not giving me ads, I'm not complaining about it. So as you can see, you can move the screen about. Not that it really matters all that much. Sometimes you'll do it to try and work out what your bird is stuck on, because when you do one, for me it's usually the red bird. For some reason, it creates a tornado and throws a pig around. For some reason, it will get stuck in places. and yeah, you're trapped there. It's annoying, and it's taken, I think the longest is about a minute for it to snap out of it. I think it always has for me, but it's slightly frustrating. It's crashed a couple of times on the arena. Always before a fight, you go to fight and then the screen goes blank and nothing happens. You're stuck in limbo. And then the annoying thing is it counts that as a loss. So if you're on a streak at the side here, yeah, you're going to lose that. But it doesn't happen very often. Multiplayer works differently to the main game, which is good. Mix things up, bit of variety. Basically, this works just on that line. So when your main objective is to keep them over that line, so when they attack, they'll be attacking them and not you. So the more over that side, the better. If you're able to destroy the pigs, then they'll take the damage immediately from that. And I do like multiplayer, but with most things, it gets to a point within it where it's I'm so far along that now I'm just getting destroyed by people. It feels more luck than anything else. We've both got the same birds, but will mine manage to leave more across there once I do, you know, a certain move, and then they'll follow it up with the same move and it will work a lot better for them. But as long as I get my Lady Bacon, which is this one right here, I usually win. So as long as I get to the point where I get 3 turns, I've got it. So that's cool. The arena gives you keys. The keys you use in the dungeon. You need 10 of them to do a big dungeon run. But the dungeons, this is all about these flasks and birds and money. But if you go to insane, it will give you a lot more. But if you don't have the power to go in insane, then you have to tone it down a bit. So, like for example, my white ones, I don't have enough strong enough ones in order to reach the insane level, so I'd have to do it on expert instead. You only get 1 key at a time doing that. Sometimes it'll do 2. I don't know if that's if you get far enough through it or not. But if you do the arena 3 times a day, they'll give you 8 keys. So that's yeah, it's enough to make sure that you can definitely do the dungeon every day. That's good. You need to be doing that. Your clan is pretty important, because the event that comes up every week, the rewards, there's 1 line for you and there's 1 line for your clan. So you need them to be active in order to get you that 10 summon at the end, which is what you want. And obviously, as you can see, you get some energy and a lot of quite valuable bits and pieces along the way. It does work quite well. It's cool. I do like that. But basically, you work your way through the event, getting to wherever you can get to. You get stuck. It happens. And then you quick loot it. And it just gives you, obviously, the loot from the level. And it builds up, because it's all about how many of the whatever item they're doing that week. It's all about getting a certain amount of them in order to get it finished. Which usually I do. I wasn't, because my clan was just not active, so I had to leave that one, join another one, because it just comes down to who's running this clan. You need to police it to make sure people are active. So yeah, keep an eye on that, because you also get, like, when you finish a battle, you'll often get a chest, an extra chest or an extra bird from having a clan. So, you know, you're going to want that. This sometimes comes up where you can borrow someone's bird, like who would you like to take? And let's see, I'll go with this one right here. And once you've completed this, it will give you the option to send them a friends request. Friends are good because you send them gifts every day. You're only allowed to send 5, but you send them gifts, they send gifts back, you get that, and it basically levels up your friendship. And then when they do things within the game, you'll be rewarded. So that's quite a nice touch. But again, that's the thing you need to police, is your friends list, because it will let you know when the last time they were on was. And obviously you're not going to... It doesn't matter how far along they've come, if they're not active anymore, get them gone. That's what I do immediately, get them out of it. It's the only condition you need to... Yeah, you need to be playing it. So there you go, I've met a new player, send an invite. Okay, they were last active 4 hours ago, so they are up to date. Let's do that. So it's always good to keep an eye on, you know, daily, every other day, making sure, go scrolling through your friends list to make sure everyone's still alive. You have your daily challenge missions, which are good, but they only give you a single silver summon, which isn't really likely to give you a whole lot. You have your usual shop bits and pieces where you can spend as much money as you like. They go up to the usual absurd numbers. Give you a little bit of free, but it's fairly useless. That's worth about 10 gold to me when I sell it. Yay! These things here, these aren't so bad. I mean, I think this is more about showing you, yeah, but if you were with VIP, look what you get for free over here. But these, yeah, I mean, if you've got disposable income, you could go for that and or the VIP pass, but it's one of those horrible things where it's a weekly. They've always got to be that way now. Why can't it just be a one-off payment? Slightly infuriating, but that's just how it goes. I mean, the main thing there for a lot of people would be like it removes all ads. I haven't seen an ad in quite a long time. I don't know why. It goes through phases with me. It just stops giving me ads. I'm not complaining. That is awesome. But it's just a bit strange. When you do get ads, it's like after every 3 battles or so. But most of them are skippable for me, so I didn't mind too much. It wasn't too much of an issue. But if it is for you, then yeah, you got the budget. Go for that. Because I do think the game's really worth it. But I will say, I haven't spent any money on it. And I don't see a need. So that's really good. But having the main sort of meat of the game being this whole island thing, this in itself isn't very well optimised, because if I do a battle somewhere, it won't come back out after that battle where you left it. It will reset in a standard position, and then you've got to go and search about the map to see where you just were. It's not a very big map, but it's slightly frustrating. It's quite easy to, you do this, you'll get a couple of things to do, a few fights. But if I do one of these and then it resets the camera somewhere else, well, I've got to remember I've got a pig. I've already got a fight sitting there waiting for me. So I think it's worthy of note, because it does grind my gears somewhat. But on the whole, it's pretty solid. Some things don't work particularly well, like this continually telling you that yeah, you'll get so much more. Like the more hatches you do, the bigger the chances of you getting one of these awesome new ones that we're throwing at you. Like look, you could get this 6-star. Well, when you get up to times 18 on your multiplier, and then do a gold summon for 10 tickets and get nothing, yeah, you can lose a bit of faith in that, definitely. And it's happened to me and my girlfriend pretty much like every week. I mean, it's not continual. It's not just a continual fail, because obviously my bird team, you can see I've got quite a lot of high level ones, so it works to a degree, but it feels just constantly like, oh come on, I've worked really hard to get that multiplier up, and then you just give me nothing. You give me nothing. But that's just how that works. You do get quite a lot of the gems, which is like the premium currency. So the summon to get 10 tickets is 1,350. It sounds like a lot, but I've done it plenty of times, and like I say, never spent any money, so it does work. Your cruise, when there's not an event on, there'll be a voyage for 2 days, and that's working through a map of hexagonal sections and just, fighting your way through it, trying to get through the end. And that's quite rewarding. It gives you a lot of stuff. So you put your teams together. So, I mean, you could do it so your best teams together, and then, you're filling up with the odds and stuff. But I try and spread the power about a little bit, except for that last team 4, and it needs a bit of work, but I don't have enough birds to cover that, so, whatever. The dungeon is, because it works a similar way, I can't do insane on the white birds, because I don't have enough power there. But on most of the other ones I do. That's just the way that it goes. I'm trying to scroll through and pressing all the wrong things here. Apologies, not the most efficient. So yeah, I can quite easily do the yellow. That's not really a problem. It does show you how much you're missing by, if you want to try and invest in what you have just to get up there a little bit further, because the sort of things that gives you, you do need to get your birds where you want them to be, most definitely. Daily challenges are cool, but you can only do each one 2 times. They're very rewarding and they give you what you need, But as you go through them, I don't have any energy for them right now, but you can see the stuff that it would be giving you is very much what you are seeking, believe me. And you can attempt the next one, so you get as far as you can get, and then when you think, oh, I'm not sure I'll be able to do the next one, do not fear, the game will not remove the energy from you if you fail. That I like. So yeah, you don't waste anything, and that's brilliant. The birds being themed around the original series, I think, is one of the best things about the game. Just that, you know, the blue ones that would normally split into pieces, they split into pieces here, but it ends up quite insane. But that's just part of it. It's so tongue-in-cheek. The music's light-hearted. The visuals are comical, funny, and they really fit. The sound effects for the pigs can get quite amusing when you get them with loudspeakers and whatnot. It's quite funny. It's amusing. I'll give it that. It's not, for me at least, it hasn't worn out its welcome. I've enjoyed it. I still enjoy it. It just feels a little empty currently because having finished the story so early on, now I'm just... It continues, but there's no story attached to it. So you just go round and round on this map, this red line. You follow the fights. It'll get to a point where it'll say you don't have what you need, so now you've got to go and do one of these scout missions or several scout missions in order to find the bits you need, and then you continue. Yeah, it's just a rolling process, really. So it's not the most thrilling thing in the world. Eagle Mountain is all right. I've already done it today, so it won't let me do it again without paying. But all that is picking from 4 doors. There's 4 doors there. You pick one. You go through it. Or there's a thief there. Every 5 levels, you're free. There's no thief. But you always run the risk on all the rest of them. It's completely random, apparently. I mean, if you believe that, I don't know. I never really know whether to trust the mobile games. It's just like, I think you just end it when you decide you're going to end it. And then you can watch an ad to continue, or you've got to play diamonds to continue. And then when you're ready to, you just literally exit out. You quit it, and then it tallies up everything you've got. There you go. Here's your rubbish, which is usually what it is. I have in the past got quite far through it, but obviously that's just this pure luck. Whether the game wants you to or not, that's what it feels like. It's very much that. But the one thing I do like is the thief from it. He's often in the levels, so you get to fight him, and if you take him out, he drops a few gold coins. They have a great way of making it look like you're earning a huge amount of all the loot hitting the ground. It's never very much though. But it's enough to see you through clearly, because I've made plenty of progress. But as it stands now, I feel very much like there's not much more for me in this. But it has been a few months. So if you want a game that's not necessarily going to last you all that time, but is upbeat, fun, lively, it's very easy. The challenges that are where they're intended to be in the event and in the voyage, you do have to learn when to call it, especially in the voyage when you're running out of teams because they've all been destroyed, and it's like, I think I need to make a beeline for the boss and hope for the best, because they will try to use that opportunity to get gems from you. Well, you can pay gems to continue with that team if you like. I try to avoid all of that because I don't think it's necessary. And well, yeah, I've got this far, and you may notice I do have a pig on my team, but that was the event before last, I think. I got really lucky and I got the 6-star out of it. So it does happen, because I have 2 6-stars and they're both fantastic. But my favourite one is Lady Bacon. She is clearly a parody of Lady Gaga, but she's great. You'll find a lot of parodies in this. It's part of what adds to the charm. It's a lot of fun. The guy in the middle there, he's like Arnie, Commando style. So yeah, it's got some quirk to it, so I do recommend it. I'd give it about a 8 out of 10. You can't go higher than that just because it doesn't feel as though there's enough meat on it. Things get repetitive quickly, and I don't want to... Yeah, that's why I say play it for a few months and then to see where you stand with it. I will warn you, it doesn't automatically sign into Google Play, so if you're worried about achievements, which it does have, saves, high scores, all that, then you need to manually sign in every time you start, or you'll miss a lot of achievements, as I have, frustratingly. And I'm sure sometimes I have been signed in and it's not giving me those achievements. They need to work on that, but not everybody cares about achievements. So if you don't, then I just say give it a try. It's free, you really don't need to spend any money, and I wish you all the best. Thank you very much for watching.